The Nath Sampraday basically is the most ancient order of yogis. And there are in the Nath Sampraday several different verticals. All of them derive their power from Agama Shastras. As you know, Agamas mean which has come from the top. So the toppest of them all is Shiva himself. And Shiva explains the secrets of life, the secrets of yoga, consciousness, the world, why we are here, and many other things related to spirituality. And these are documented as agamas. Okay. So if you look at, of course, I have to bring a little bit of Puranas. If you look at Puranas, they will tell you that all this story, all these agamas are happening either in Mount Kailash, or if you go by the Kashmir Shaivism, they are happening at Amarnath or Harmukh, somewhere on top of a hill in the Himalayas. So who are the recipients? He is talking to Shakti.
Ji.
Now you will also find in the Puranas a cursed baby who is thrown into the waters. Some say Mansarovar, some say different names, but it's in the water in the shape of a fish, which is again recursed because it has heard all the secrets of the universe to be born in the Manavaloka. This is a good curse because these timeless knowledge which we call as Sanatana can reach us, the Manavas. And he gets to be called Matsyendranath later on.
Ji.
The founder of the Navanatha tradition. All of us know Navanatha tradition is very popular in Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, North Indian parts.
Ji.
Yogi Adityanath ji is one of the Mahants of the Navanatha tradition, who was the CM of Uttar Pradesh. Now, far away, Nandi is also sitting, and he also is privy to all the conversations that happen between Shiva and Shakti. Nandi also reincarnates himself from time to time and creates the Natha Sampradaya. Okay, like in the south, we have Kalamok, we have Lakulisha. Lakulisha is more towards Gujarat. We have what are called as the Veerashevas, Panchamasali Lingayats, and so many other Shaiva Siddhantas. These are traced back to Nandi as the propounder. Not one time, but he also reincarnates. So that is another Natha tradition.
Okay.
Which is slightly, it is the same truth being interpreted in a different way.
Ji.
Most of the times, like Basavanna, who was the founder of the Lingayat
Community.
system, we don't know if you want to call them a community, but it's a system in itself to achieve Shivatva.
Acha.
He was both the prime minister of the Kalachuri kingdom and he is also the pontiff or the founder of a new way to Shiva.
All right.
New, renewed, let's call it, nothing new in Sanatana. So this way Nandi also comes. But who is the original recipient?
Parvati.
Yes. Okay, Parvati is only in this yuga, in this
Ji.
Manvantara.
Shakti.
Yes, we would like to call her Shakti or Devi.
Ji.
Okay. So Shakti is always there, and there are, rishis who are interpreting the love nothings between them. See, when you go meet your lover, there's nothing very substantial you ever talk. Always something which means actually nothing. But in this case, they are Shiva and Shakti. Even their sweet nothings is for us
Very
liberation, isn't it?
true.
So they give us a map, and there is a very strong tradition established in the Rishi or the Grahastha, the householders tradition.
Ji.
They are also called Naths, going through the Shakti way. Of course, we see Shakti and Shiva as one.
Ji.
It is Shiva's Shakti only, right? So there is this third Natha Sampradaya, which is basically less represented because they are householders. You don't see them clad like I am. But I have also been ordered, like they say, Adesh, to bring the Rishi culture back into the Sanatana. So if you look at Indian history, modern Indian history, and question yourself as to what was there 1200 years back when the Islamic invasion began, which has completely disappeared. zero, zilch, you will find that it is the Rishi Sampradaya. There are no, I mean, I'm not saying there are no Rishis or Rishikas. They exist, but they're not out in the open.
Okay.
You'll be surprised to know how many Rishis and Rishikas are there. But, the system today doesn't allow people to come and claim or rightfully take the place of Rishis and Rishikas. So when my own sadhana was complete, and then for a lack of word, I'm going to say, sitting in front of the universal consciousness as my guru, and to understand what is it that is needed at this time, at the moment. The answer was clearly to reactivate the Rishikula through the Natha Sampradaya. Now, Natha Sampradaya is based on Agamas. The Rishi Parampara is based on the Vedas. So now we marry everything between Veda and Agama. There are a lot of other Siddhantas, principles, way of life. So you bring all that, like, Vaishnavachara or Shaivachara or Siddhantachara or Dakshinachara or Ramachara or Kaulachara or Agama Chara. So many types, many ways to reach the same Shivatva.
Right.
So all of them should be combined and presented to the world in a sustainable way, so that the spiritual leadership that Bharata had must be maintained and grown. And one of the places where this is already happening in a slightly different manner is Nepal.
Okay.
There they have the Agamas. They have all the Amnaya Pithas, but they are also Grihasthas and Rishis. So this is already happening in Nepal.
All right.
Of course, recently, sadly, they have declared themselves secular, which is very recent, like, 15 years back or something. I'm not sure about the date, but beyond that, it was a Hindu Rashtra.
Yes.
And if you look at why India or Bharata lost all this, the reason could be we just simply neglected the Rishis. And because we did that, we see today whatever we are seeing. But of course, there's a resurgence, as you know, and things are getting better. Now we have a parliament which has a Sengol.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll have Ram Rajya very soon. So things are changing for the better towards something more spiritual. And to facilitate it, the best sampradaya or the best parampara is Natha parampara. Because let's take the first biggest plus point of Natha. They are completely secular in the sense they don't belong to any one jati or varna.
That's true.
See, there are Brahmins and there are Rajputs and there are Dalits. So we don't like the word, but for modern parlance,
usage
or Vaishya. So it is a cross societal,
a heterodox tradition.
More inclusive. There is no Pankta Bheda. Like if you come to our ashram, we don't ask you who you are. We don't even care if you belong to anything. As long as you're hungry and we are serving food, just sit with us, share our happiness. Second thing, if you look at the sheer geographical extent of the Natha Sampradaya, one way or the other, at least we get references of Nath temples and mutts from Afghanistan to Laos, from Tibet to Sri Lanka. Okay? The other aspect, of course, if you go into legends, the other aspect is that even Muhammad Prophet was taught how to pray by a Natha Guru.
Okay.
And how to pray at Makkah was Makkeshwar Nath. So these are legends, okay? But geographically, with scientific proof, we get Afghanistan to Laos and we get Tibet to. So this is the farthest, widest reached sampradaya.